Changing Worlds is an educational arts nonprofit organization. Our mission is to foster inclusive communities through oral history, writing, and art programs that improve student learning, affirm identity, and enhance cross-cultural understanding. We work towards our mission through in-school partnership programs, teacher professional development workshops, and community outreach initiatives, including traveling exhibits and educational series. Our in-school partnership programs work in collaboration with teachers and goes classroom by classroom to implement curriculum and educational practices that utilize students' lives, cultures, and family histories as a springboard to teaching core concepts in language arts, fine arts, and social sciences.
The students are learning all about themselves. Everything is about them. We started out with a me box where they tell a little bit about their family, what's important to them. They've learned so much about themselves personally and each other. The students in my classroom, they've been together for, some of them for like 5 to 6 years. But they didn't know much about each other as far as their backgrounds, their family backgrounds. It was exciting too, because whenever a student is able to talk about themselves, they love it.
I know we just had our little mini museum last week, and you know, I wasn't sure how my 6th grade group would act towards that, but they were so eager to show me pictures of their family and the history and everything like that. You know, you could see like they had their grandparents when their grandparents were younger, and how, you know, how these people meant to them. I mean, part of last year's program and this year's program is really bringing, I think, the family and the school closer together. And I wanted to focus especially with my 2nd graders, since this year we're working with the 2nd and 6th grade, because we found that if they begin writing at an earlier age, doing their own stories and thinking about things like that, it would be better for them when they get into the 3rd grade, when it is part of the state assessment. The kids seem to be more at ease with writing, doing expository writing, narrative writing, various things like that. So it seems like everything is going well.
Changing Worlds teacher professional development workshops reach current and future teachers. Through hands-on experiential activities, teachers learn how to shape and modify the curriculum to involve students and place their lives, cultures, and family histories at the center of the learning experience.
I always know I can say this will be related to the culture theme, the global connections theme, the individual development and identity theme, and the way that Changing Worlds presents it in such a human way. You know, it's a human story. And you read it and you think about something that reminds you of your own or your family's story. I'm from a former British colony, and we gained self-government, not independence, until 1982. And I can just remember how happy the country was.
And using this idea in general in your classroom of keeping a timeline that maybe goes all the way around the room, and when you study important events or something major happens in somebody's life, you mark that on the scale so kids could see it every day, that this is when World War II was, and in World War II so-and-so's grandparents came from here, and you know, over here there was a revolution in Ghana, and that same year, you know, so-and-so had their 3rd birthday. Just things like that, so that everybody's part of the classroom community and that it's a constant.
It's a perfect kind of thing to do with my families, have the families do as part of the immigration unit. And I've always had the families making an art project.
Y esto fue un proyecto que hicimos festejando la migración para acá. Fue difícil dejar nuestro país, llegar a este país con otras culturas, el idioma, pero ahí vamos, lo estamos logrando, estamos aprendiendo inglés y es bueno.
So the parents really got to know one another on a level that I've not seen before in this program.
O sea, no se siente tan solo uno de estar aquí, sino que sabemos que hay más gente que llegó como nosotros. A unos les tocan suerte y a otros batallan más que unos, pero la experiencia es similar. El mismo peligro y los mismos sueños.
We had very compelling collection of stories, families told, who had come from many different countries, many ethnic and cultural backgrounds. And we made them into 2 traveling exhibits that featured those stories with photographs and maps. The stories in the exhibit give people a chance to engage in the stories and sort of get to know people of many different ethnic and cultural backgrounds, and hear their stories from sort of their voices, children, parents, and grandparents.
In the U.S., I can be a real person and have rights, a job, live my own life. But everything happens so fast when you arrive. You are sent to public aid. You look for a job. You haven't got time to learn the language. You have to pay bills. It is hard to adjust after losing everything in a war.
Seeing the different activities that's related to family, culture, student-centered learning, how it's involved with the core subjects, but they're having so much fun with it too, especially with the art.
Teacher candidates see that this is something that they can use even with non-readers, so it makes it even more powerful, the way you can link the arts to oral language and eventually build on that for written language.
It wasn't anything extra doing some of the activities in the classroom. It was just something to expand more towards the home and involve the parents. I think it's a great program, and you know, hopefully it'll continue